putting it a bit too low.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, no one.
Good job.
Hey, run it in, no more walking. Let's go. Let's go. Turn up.
Yeah, but
Let's play a 480.
yell at him, in there.
I don't know.
Response better. Yeah,
Hey, Niall, I'll fucking grab the guy next to you. Grab the guy next to you.
You'll reset it. Yeah, we're also
Let's fucking go, boys. Come on, up, let's go. Fucking mouth. Fucking mouth.
Tritons on three! Tritons on me! 1, 2, 3!
Yes!
No,
I was saying we gotta help them. I'm just kidding.
Really? It's funny because like it's been legal for COP for forever, but then they stay along that. They said he was unflavored shot is maybe like the best thing.
Oh, good. Excellent one. Right. It was delicious, but it tasted like shit and grape. BK, yo, I'm not on? Sure. We got
Jackson's going to be limited today. Just whatever you need with the Instagram stories or any things like that. So kind of just mimic what I did.
I thought it was USD. Is that their color? It was a Cardiff ball. I thought we stole one of yours. I was like, fucked up, guys. No, it's Cardiff. I like it. I went back to loud.
Hey guys,
Where's Matt? Where's Matt when you need him?
BK, is touch here?
Just reach up halfway through.
Is touch the blue line or the yellow line?
The dark blue.
This is.
That seems
like a bad idea.
not the dark. I'm gonna fucking.
This right here. Yeah, that seems like
I had this like heraldic shield drawn up, like a mermaid. Yeah, scale it out. We're not good enough. You know what I mean? But that's the shit you wear when you're gonna roll people. But we're not doing that.
Yeah, you go.
Yep. Like I said,
He fell.
I need a fucking tire. Clearly, you guys are vegan.
like we're gonna get rolled in the woods. But it's also like everyone gets it. They wear their shorts to the club, man. You know what? I heard they were rallying support to go to the meeting. I don't know what happened.
I found out about it like 6 minutes ago.
That's a lot of stuff. All the youth clubs too. That use it. They use that too.
Yeah, it's a touchline.
It's like the central place.
It is. That's been a scary
Yeah,
issue
State's playing their alumni
for a
game.
while.
Where's your boy? I forget his. I always forget his name. Is it DA? That's your alumni. Where's your boy?
Oh, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, he's somewhere. He'll probably be here next weekend.
Okay.
Do a little halftime show, YouTube State each other.
I won't be here next week.
Oh, really?
I gotta wear every other weekend. I teach inside UCSD for the class.
All right, give us a good shout out.
You can call us the merman all you want. I'm totally okay with that. Try merman.
Let's go, boys!
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the TVX Sports broadcast of University of San Diego Frosh versus UC San Diego. It's a beautiful day here at Manchester Field, sunny 5 and sunny. Not a lot of breeze. Let's see how this game goes. Early carry here from Brody O'Brien. Big rumble here from the young 13. Looks like we have an early penalty from referee Ben. Quick break here, guys. We'll introduce my co-announcer and color commentator, Paul Habib, 2-time Sevens national champion, 15s national championship, and All-American. Paulie, how we doing?
I'm great. Good afternoon. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here on a good day. Watch some good footy.
And as it looks like, unfortunately, Kieran Collins has missed touch here, and the ball has rolled all the way out of the back of the try zone. So we'll have a UCSD scrum where Kieran kicked it from. That's a big mistake early from the University of San Diego, but let's see how they recover here with UCSD now in a good position to score, set up their attack. Let's see how they do. Paulie, obviously, is a player on the team. Who should we be looking out for here from this young USD side?
I think for sure Brody O'Brien. He has shown great athleticism so far this fall season. I think we should also be looking out for number 6, Reek. He had a great week last year at the alumni game. Laid some big shots, so I'm excited to see what he can do today.
There you have it. Let's see how UCSD does and attacks off this line out here, right around midfield. Looks like the throw might not have been straight, but USD is playing on with the advantage. The big carry from Hunter Lysholm. Dishes out, and a great grubber through. Covered well by the UC San Diego fullback.
Oh, blocked by Brody.
Good block there from Brody O'Brien. That was the UCSD fullback, number 15, Sam Wosner, across to cover. USD with a nice attacking phaser off the UCSD mishap at the line out, and now we're going to come back here for, I think we're going to have a scrum here for UCSD, or we might actually have a goal line drop. Let's see what Ben's awarding. Yeah, it's like a goal line drop here. So let's see how USD forms to this. Should be getting into that kind of kickoff shape, ready to run this ball back. Big early kick. Let's see how USD winger Chop recovers here. Backwards off his hands. Jack Porter dishes to Luca, to Kieran Collins.
Line up, set the defense!
And we have Brody O'Brien in space. Like
There's
you
that
mentioned,
athleticism.
Paulie, good
Yep.
start from him. Oh, looks like a little sloppy handling there from USD, but they recovered well. Now we do have a knock there, well spotted by referee Benjamin LeBompin, and we will have a UCSD scrum here. First scrum of the game. Let's see how these packs match up against each other. Paulie, a little bit of nerves maybe from this young side?
Absolutely, especially off that goal line dropout. Looks like a little bit, no one getting under the ball. Jack Porter seemed to take it under his hands and just have a good backline strike. But a little bit sloppy. I think they'll start to reorganize soon.
Yeah, just, I think a little composure there would have been good. A little bit of shoving that ball around, see if someone else could take it up. But now a good chance for USD to recover here. Oliver Kane has been working hard with this young group in the scrum. Let's see how they do first scrum. A great push on. And we're attacking that blind side. Nice tackle there from Eddie Rodriguez. UCSD throwing the ball around well, though, setting the ruck. USD player might be trapped there. Good initial tackle there from USD as UCSD gets into their offensive pattern and starts to break some phases.
Oh, Luca shooting up.
Loop play. Good double tackle there from Tomas Muniz and Brody O'Brien. That's the hooker and the outside center linking up for a good tackle to stop UCSD in their tracks. Looks like UCSD shaping the kick and a good box kick there. Let's see how Jack Porter reacts. Shaping the kick, but then going and carrying himself. Nice spin move and a pop off the deck. That's Dylan Joven. Good carry there and a great counterattack there from University of San Diego, getting all the way back to where UCSD kicked the ball. Little carry there from Teddy Montague into contact. UCSD contesting the breakdown, but good clearance there out of the ruck from USD. And Kieran Collins shaping to kick again. A little bit of an up and under here. Let's see who wants it.
Oh, good hit.
Great tackle from Shop out there.
One more.
And he's in again. Good carry there from the 10 from UC San Diego. That's Seb Chalet. USD committing good numbers into the tackle here, making sure to stop the UCSD Tritons in their track. Just like a pick and go coming off this ruck. Enrique Balumbo emerging from the bottom of that ruck. We have a strong carry there from UC San Diego. That's Jackson Burchard.
Oh.
Looks like we might not have had a wrap there in the tackle from loose head prop Alec Calvagna. Just needs to make sure to bring those arms around when he's making that tackle. Yeah, just didn't really bring the arms around. Might have been a little high there. So UCSD, good opportunity here to kick the ball long and attack from a line out. UCSD misses touch. Let's see if anyone wants it from University of San Diego. Brain Mendoza groundhogging it down to the ground. That might have been a tad high. That's a tough play for UC San Diego with the dipping ball carrier there, but that is a point of emphasis here. And Kieran Collins with the quick tap. Dishing to Brody O'Brien. Good step. Offloads. Brian Mendoza cuts in. Luca De Cariza, well done to steal the ruck there. And we have Kieran Collins here with a great kick into space.
Nice sack.
Counterattack building here from UC San Diego. Good double tackle again. Looks like that's Dylan Joven and Teddy Montague in there in the tackle. Yeah, it looks like a USD defender there. I think off feet, offside, and a penalty there for UC San Diego. Let's see if they can settle here and get this kick to touch and set from there from a line out. Winger Eddie Rodriguez for USD dropping back, trying to keep this ball in. And we will have a kick to touch there from UC San Diego. So we'll have a line out UCSD right around midfield. And we'll see here again the quick tap from Kieran Collins. A little bit of ingenuity and a nice attacking break in a tight channel there by the back line. But now it's UCSD's opportunity to make some noise on offense. First line out there, bit of a mishap. Throw wasn't straight, bobbled, and USD did pounce on it. Let's see how they settle and recover here for their next opportunity to attack. Paulie, what do you think USD is doing on defense here? Just blitzing up, trying to stop them in their tracks?
Yeah, I think the backs especially are going to push up hard.
Good line speed here from USD. Some space out here for UC.
Oh, good.
Great tackle by Chop.
That's why he got his name, Chop Tackle.
A lot of space here for UCSD to attack, though.
Oh.
Good tackle and rip in the same vein by Dylan Joven. That was a great play by the young number 8. Kieran Collins shapes to kick and does kick. Well handled by UC San Diego. Counter kick back coming. Offside, and the kick was a point of emphasis this week for University of San Diego, so they are doing well. And let's see, Jack Porter has a bit of space to run into here. Let's see if he can break down and make the tackle. And we have some kick tennis happening at Manchester Field here. Let's see if USD can win this match, win this set. As Kieran Collins, a nice little dink into space again. UC San Diego calls from the sideline, tell him to run it up. Let's stop kicking. Let's play some rugby.
Good tackle by Nathan.
Ball's a bit sloppy in the ruck there from UC San Diego. Let's see if we reset here, maybe slow the play down. Forward pack ready to carry. Good double tackle there again from University of San Diego. Calls from the sideline for UCSD to set up their phases, play some attacking pattern. They do have a little space here on this near side. And Brad Mendoza on the ball and offloads off. Luca De Carrizo now down the sideline. We are playing running rugby here on Manchester Field. A couple offloads in a row there on the sideline by these USD backs, and now the forwards go to work. Good latch there. UCSD, I think, is over that ball. Nobody from USD clearing. And a good job from, I think that was the number 12 there from UC San Diego. I apologize if I have the number wrong. I think that was Sean Go over the ball there. And a good get out of jail there for UC San Diego. Let's see now if they can, on this side, kick to touch, as we have a couple generous UC San Diego coaches here offering to protect this valuable TVX Sports equipment from this ball that's coming our way.
Watch him hit the video recorder.
Oh boy. We're good. Let it go.
Just
just buzzing the tower there, but going right over that. Well defended by the UCSD coaching staff to make sure that everyone stayed safe over here in the broadcasting booth. UCSD, again, we've had 3 or 4 opportunities here from about midfield for them to launch an attacking phase. So let's see how they do now. Mark's coming back a little bit. We're not quite there, but we're going to be just a bit shy of midfield again for UCSD to see if they can attack. That second lineout was much improved for them. Let's see if they can get a good attacking phase going here as we have the throw in. Going to the back.
Slapped back.
No nine.
Good tackle from Alec Calvagnan. Teddy Montague over the ball there. USD doing well now to leave the ruck alone as UCSD gets back into their attacking pattern. Good carry there. I think that's Jackson Bouchard again. Spotting a little space around the fringe of the ruck. UCSD setting up some tight attacking phases, some pick and goes, and looks like we're going to the backs now. Bouncing ball, looks like it might have been off the knee there. We're playing on. Big looping pass out here. Good cover tackle there from O'Brien.
Set up the phases.
UCSD going east-west, but not too much north-south so far in this attacking pattern. Let's see if they're shaping to kick here. We're going to have another backs ball. Ball is going to the backs, and Luca De Carrizo was shooting up, but the ball got past him. We have a offload out of contact, and this is the 2 props now. Alec Calvagna and Jackson Bouchard coming head-to-head at midfield. Alec rolling away now. UCSD setting up again for another phase, and a big kick. Clearing the head of fly half Kieran Collins as he has Jack Porter back with him. Who wants the ball? Kieran Collins shaping a kick again. That's a good nudge through. And Eddie Rodriguez offside. Point of emphasis this week for the USD backline, and it's a big mistake there as UCSD now kicks deep to touch. Kept in by Kieran Collins. Or we might have touch judge Michael Lewis. No bias over there on the touch line there. He's given that line out to UC San Diego.
That was a good hustle by Kieran, though.
Yeah, good job to get out there and try to keep that ball in, but unfortunately, USD, here we see that big looping pass from UCSD into space, but a good cover tackle there from Brody O'Brien to save. Would have been a very good opportunity there for UCSD, and then we see the effort there from Kieran Collins, very close. Would love to see a review of that, but we'll play on here, and this is definitely UC San Diego's best attacking opportunity here about 13 minutes into this game. Let's see if they can build, maybe get a strike play here in the midfield. Let's see how USD does to defend this. Good line out, good lift from both sides. Ball spun out. Looks like we have a carrier number 7. Good tackle there from Hunter Lysholm and Enrique Balombo. See if you can get out of that ruck there. Lying prone. Good carry there from the 10 from UCSD. That's Seb Shalcott. Another good carry from UC San Diego. The ball bouncing around. What do we have? We have an offside call there. Looks like USD offside the breakdown as we have a 9 down for UCSD. Looks like we might have had an ankle roll. That's number 9, Luca Bocatello, unfortunately limping off the field. And it looks like we'll have a substitute coming in for UCSD. That's number 19, Damian Liu, entering the field. A high-pressure situation for Liu as we have, again, UC San Diego, great attacking opportunity. Let's see if maybe with the new 9 on the field, they choose to just keep it in the forward pack here and just maul it in as we see the replay here. University of San Diego, good tackles here, but just discipline failing them again as they get the offside penalty there. And UC San Diego here, great opportunity to attack. What do you think they're going to go with here, Paulie? Well,
I've been noticing that UCSD has been playing very quick. They have quick breakdowns and getting around the ruck, moving with the motion of the ball. So I think they're just going to do the same thing here, get a quick line out and play right, quick.
Yeah, it looks like number 7, Micah Pratt, is the danger man there from strike plays. So let's see if they look to go to him again. And we do, I think, have a maul here from UCSD. Looks like USD is doing well to defend, though. UCSD, the backs are getting involved. We're still going forward.
Right near the touchline.
Right by the touchline. We have a phase here from, and that's a good carry, but a good tackle there from Kieran Collins of USD. Oh, wow. That might have been a tad forward, but I think we had a high tackle first. USD discipline, getting them in a bit of trouble here. Let's see, Ben is calling the captain here. We have a couple infringements in a row inside the 22, and usually we'll have here a warning that the next one's going to be a yellow card. Paulie, this UC San Diego attack looking pretty potent, as you mentioned. You know, quick ball. They're offloading off deck. They're wanting to attack fast. You know, this USD, this is a very young team. This is a great learning experience for them to see what happens when a team plays fast. You get back on your feet, tackle, get ready for the next phase. What do you think we have here? I think we're going with a tap play, scrum. What do you think they're going to do here?
I think they should choose for a scrum, but it seems like they're going to line up for a tap play.
They're set. USD looks a little out of sorts here. Looks like if they can turn and face and get ready to tackle, I'd expect UC San Diego is going to try to play it up with some big ball carries here in the midfield. Oh, we're going back, same side. There's a lot of space here.
Nicely defended.
Yeah, USD did well to cover. There's a ton of space on that short side when they went. Little step and go and pop. UC San Diego again going east-west, but need to get a little more north-south as Enrique Bolombo looks like he put a good shoulder in there to stop the ball carry in his tracks. Another carry in tight from the Tritons. See if University of San Diego can be a little bit more disciplined here. The defense is good if they can just stay out of the referee's bad graces here. Good tackle there, and that's Nathan Granillo. Is he over the ball? Has he stolen it? He has. Great poach there, and Hunter Lysom's got to get north-south here. And it's another offload. Let's see if we can keep the ball here and get set. Kieran Collins dropping back. Let's see if we can just have a no-nonsense kick to touch here. That's a good nudge there. Backwards off the Tritons. Brody O'Brien in space here. That's a good tackle. Alec Calvagna does the same. That ball carries a little isolated, but does well for the ruck to get over there. And that's a great result there for the University of San Diego, as we've now pushed UC San Diego back to the halfway line when they were knocking at the door of the try-zone. Great poached out of the contact by Nathan Grenier to start this whole thing. And UC San Diego is back into their phases here, the offensive pattern.
Good double tackle.
Yeah, it's been a point of emphasis, hasn't it, Paulie? The double tackle with Coach Charlie making sure that USD is getting players in front of that ball carrier and stopping him in his tracks.
Absolutely.
Looks like we do have the arm up for advantage from Ben. Alec Calvagna there, a step or two offside. So UCSD has the free play here. Let's see if they do something with it. Nice little cross kick there. Looks like we're into touch there. So interesting, Ben. I think he called the advantage over with the kick there. So it will be USD line out. Obviously, this is a tough position to have a line out so close to their own line. Let's see how they do here. Maybe keep the ball in tight, work it for a phase, then kick. UC San Diego, I like what I'm seeing from the feet from all of them. They've got a couple tidy kickers in that back line who are just pinging it to the corners. And USD has been under pressure for really almost all this first half close to their own try line, which can really, play a tough part on the mental toughness here as USD is just defending and playing in their own zone. One mistake could mean a score for their team, and let's see if they can clear their lines here, Paulie.
Yep.
So we have hooker Tomas Muniz with his first throw of the day, the first USD line out. Let's see if we target Big Teddy Montague there, who misses it, and this is what we were talking about with one mistake could be dangerous, and it is, as UCSD gets in for the try. That is number 8, David Gooding, who's not going to score an easier try than that this season or probably ever in his career.
Seems like UCSD is taking advantage of all the opportunities that USD has given them.
Yeah, a little bit of ill discipline, a little bit of sloppy play there, And again, we give certainly this USD side the benefit of the doubt here. All these players are in their first or second year with this team. A lot of them brand new to the game. So this is a learning experience first and foremost. And these little mistakes are going to lead to these things being done correctly later this season as we get into league play in the spring. But well taken there by UC San Diego. Hats off and credit to them as they've shown some good quality thus far. And we have the kick from right near the sideline here. Let's see if he can add and make this 7 points from 5 as we have a good start here from UC San Diego. They've had the ball in hand, they've had territory, they've had possession. They've put pressure on this young USD team, and they've come away with points, deservedly so. They've been the more dominant of the two sides so far. Shaping well to kick, and the kick is up. It's a good strike, but not quite the power. The wind is blowing towards the kicker's face here on Manchester, as we do have a water break here at the 20-minute mark, so we'll take just a quick 1-minute break for both sides. So guys will have some much-needed hydration here, as we do have a reasonably warm November day here on Manchester Field. I think it's 75 here right now, so the turf can get pretty hot, Paulie, and this might bring you back to the famous USD victory against ASU 2 years ago here in Manchester, when it must have been 85 in January, but probably 100 on the turf. That was a fun game, huh?
Absolutely, and that was in the beginning of the spring, too. I'm sure these guys are filling in their cleats, especially on turf. Those feet get hot.
We're going to see a couple clips from this first half. So there was the not straight, but well recovered by Hunter Lysholm there with a good carry. And USD they've definitely not been afraid to offload there, and that was a good little box kick there from UCSD. Well recovered from Jack Porter, shaping to kick, and then spinning out of a couple tackles, offloading up the deck, like we talked about, right? These guys are they're new to the game, but they are not scared to play running rugby and throw this ball around a little bit. And that's Chopre and Mendoza. The tackle tech from him has been outstanding so far this game.
Very impressed with him. That's how he got his nickname. His first practice out, he was doing fantastic in the chop tackles. Seems like he's showing off that talent today.
Yeah, and you see a good carry there, and that was the rip. That was a very impressive play by Dylan Joven there when he tracked back and got that ball. And there you see just the errant line-out throw and the easy score there from UCSD. Okay, so we're at 5-0 here for UC San Diego. We're about 20 minutes in. Paulie, what do you think coaches Charlie Purdon and Oliver Kane are saying to this team right now?
I think first things first is emphasizing to be on sides. USD has struggled to get back on sides after each ruck. There's always been one or two guys that are shying from that. Also, lineouts. Lineouts is something they need to be more persistent on. One last thing is exits. I think their exits they've been good, but they can get better. They need to work on getting out of their own territory, because that's where UCSD seems to be taking advantage.
There you have it. Coach Paulie Habib, Charlie Purdon, take notes as we have some words of wisdom for the team. It's at the 20 minutes mark. UCSD, head coach Brian Kennedy probably just encouraging his squad to do more of the same for the second, 20 minutes after this water break. UC San Diego done well. There's a couple things they could probably clean up, right? They've been a little loose in contact a couple times, but overall it's been a solid performance. They've definitely won the kicking battle so far, and let's see how they continue to build on this next 20 minutes, as I think they've brought a couple subs onto the field. as we go to the second period of this first half, as we just had that quick water break there, just have a quick word and for boys to hydrate. And let's see how Kieran Collins wants to send this kickoff as he moves up to midfield. Forwards are splitting here, and let's see if he wants to go deep. He's got 5 more yards here to play with. There you go. He's figured it out. All right, let's see if USD can be hungry here out of this water break and have a big chase. Great kick from Collins. Ooh, that's off UC San Diego there. Good carry there from the fullback. USD has to remain disciplined here. Good composure and defense so far from the Toreros. Looks like UCSD shaping to kick here. Box kick. Good touch finder there. Okay, so USD now, second line out. Obviously very different area of the field than the first one here. You know, that first one was kind of a don't make a mistake or they score. This is more of a let's run some pattern and get some points of our own type of space here on the field. And let's see how Tomas Muniz reacts for the second line out. We have Alec Calvagna relaying the call. What do you think here, Paulie? Attacking in the midfield, forwards going to keep it in tight. What do you think they're going to go?
I think this is going to be a quick midfield strike. Forwards get around the corner.
There we go. Good take by Teddy Montague. And it's Tomas Muniz coming around the corner. And Ben has his arm up. We might have had offside there at the line out from UC San Diego. So let's see if Kieran Collins at 10 can recognize the free play here for UC San Diego. Maybe try something a little funky, get this ball out wide. Teddy Montague here with another carry. He's been busy so far. Forwards again, the forward pack. We are asking a lot of the big fellas right now as we are rumbling with the big boys. Big carry by Alec Calvagna.
I'm impressed by his watches.
Yeah, doing a good job to keep the ball in. Big looping pass out to Jack Porter. Dangerous man with ball in hand. That's been spilled forward, unfortunately. So, University of San Diego, good initial carries there, breaking the gain line, but couldn't capitalize out wide. And we're going to have a UC San Diego. I think they'll have the option of a scrum or line out here. Looks like we're going scrum. We're still, though, this is encouraging here from USD as we see here that the good initial line out. Great throw, great take from Montague. Tomas Muniz, yeah, you did see the advantage call there for the offside at the line out there. And let's see, we've only had a couple scrums here, so these guys are still kind of fighting their footing, these tight 5 players, the engine room, as we like to call them, as we all saw last weekend how dominant a scrum from South Africa can be in changing the game, and indeed through the whole tournament, a dominant scrum can win you games. So let's see which of these teams can find their footing in that regard. Paul, as we see this on the screen here in the khaki shorts, that's all-star trainer Hamid for the University of San Diego. How much does Hamid do for this program?
Oh, Hamid's been great. He's always been around this since I've been here, and he really just works his hardest to rehabilitate us the best to his ability. He even came with us to our Colorado trip last year.
Oh, I'm not sure what the intent was there from Eddie Rodriguez to.
Did he mix up the?
I'm not sure.
Maybe?
To slap the ball straight forward, maybe playing a bit of volleyball, but Kieran Collins having some words with him about how he can be better there, and that's a free 40 yards up the field for UC San Diego with the mistake there from the Toreros.
I am impressed with Kieran Collins' leadership this semester so far. He's an international student from Ireland. I think he's getting used to the football lines, the American football lines we have here on Manchester Field. Yeah, probably not a whole lot of those out in Ireland, I would imagine, as we see this ball shooting out of the back. We have a backhanded pass from the UCSD scrum half. You don't have to see that. Another good looping play from UC San Diego.
Go, Ruben! Go!
Good tackle on the edge by Jack Porter. And we have UC San Diego going into touch. That is very, very good defense on the end from University of San Diego. Luca De Carrizo, Jack Porter, Chop, and I think Brody O'Brien even in there. A lot of the boys combining there to shut down that attack. And we will have a University of San Diego line out here as Tomas Muniz looks to build on that strong second line out throw. And let's see if we can attack again in the midfield.
All right, check. Chevy.
See the big tackle there from Brody O'Brien in the midfield. And just good defensive work across the board from the University of San Diego to stop the Tritons' attack in their place. And when you play good defense, you usually get awarded an attacking opportunity like the Toreros have right now. Great throw there by Muniz. Well taken. We're setting a maul. Looks like the ball might be kind of bogged down in the middle. Let's see if University of San Diego can work that ball back. Looks like they have. That ball is available. A little bit of sloppy play at the ruck there. Big counter up coming from the Tritons. There's Enrique with the carry, and UCSD with a strong defensive phase there as they contested at the ruck, made a tackle, and then steal to the next. And looks like we have a quick tap from UCSD. Nobody in front of him. And again, the discipline for University of San Diego. Let's see if they can react and get back 10. That's another point of emphasis this week, is getting back 10 on a penalty. Poly discipline again, hurting the Toreros.
Right.
UC San Diego having a little think, and we are tapping. That's Chop with a good tackle against a much bigger forward. Good tackle there from the Toreros. Dylan Joven lying on the wrong side of the ruck, making no attempt to roll, so I do think we have a penalty advantage for the Tritons here. Let's see if they try something. Ooh, we have a big tackle by Enrique in the midfield there, and I think the Tritons are in for their second try right under the post. You got to think that'll be converted for 7, and that's number 21, I believe. Ming Chang with a good take off the offload right under the post. Okay, so we have it now 10-0 UC San Diego, really building well consistently with our offensive pattern here, and look for the 10 here. That's Seb Chilcott to make this a 12-0 game with a kick run to the post. As expected, the 10 adds the extras, and we see here then the quick tap there from the 12. Good dummy there.
Impressive vision and footwork.
Yeah, good vision there from UC San Diego. That's the 12. That's Sean Go again. We've called his name a few times. Been good with the foot and with ball in hand so far today. So University of San Diego, this Torero team, these are young players. This is one of their first experiences trailing in a game. Let's see how they react here. If they can match the intensity of the Tritons. They've had some good attacking opportunities here, but just haven't converted. So let's see if we can see them attack this kickoff. And the kick is hung up in the air.
Good contest by Brody.
Set it up!
Seem to go forward.
Yeah, so I think Brody O'Brien did knock it in the air there. So we will have a scrum put in UC San Diego. USD has looked good so far in the scrum, has the Toreros. So this is not a bad opportunity for them to get another good shove on and force pressure on the Triton scrum. Okay, so we have a scrum here. Triton put in. Shaney Fagbani looks like anxiously looking on. The tight head willing this scrum to perform. And indeed, Tanner Barnes, George Chomo as well, urging this team forward as we have a good carry by the 8 from UC San Diego. And we might have had an extra roll there, not seen by the ref, but now we have the Tritons here, another great attacking opportunity. Good tackle there from O'Brien.
Yes, pass, hit me.
Coming back to this weak side
No 10.
is UC San Diego. USD, Brody O'Brien attacking the ruck. Good double tackle there again from the Toreros. UCSD attack has slowed a bit, and that's a great chop tackle there from Dylan Joven again. Spun out to the back line. A little bit of a stutter step and go. Beats the first tackle. Looks like we're going to have a pick here from the ruck by UCSD.
Again!
Building a couple phases here as the big boys keep it in tight.
Sean, I got you wide. Sean!
Ball spun out to the backs. Mishandled a bit. Might have had a little knock there. Kept under his feet. Good job by the Tritons there to stay in bounds. They went down this weak side. Boys are not afraid to step and run around a little bit. UCSD, we're going on probably 10 to 12 phases here as this attack is just continually going forward. Good offload into contact there. The Toreros are equal to the task, but there's definitely space here out wide for the Tritons if they do want to attack. Ball is spun out wide. Good cover tackle there from the Toreros. Again, that's Tomas Muniz. The 9 is in space, but Tomas Muniz with a great charge down. And the Toreros have won the ball. That's a great job from the young hooker. Teddy Montague slammed back into his own ruck. Toreros look like we're shaping to kick again. Good kick and a good chase here from Chop and Brody O'Brien. Oh, a good little stutter kick, fake kick. And Teddy Montague has acres of space to run into, but he dishes to Kieran Collins with another good dink through. And Jack Porter has picked it up. Just kept it in bounds. We have a great opportunity. We have a penalty here for USD. Let's see if Luca De Carissa sees some space. No, let's see. That's good. Slow it down.
Seeing better discipline.
Yeah, much better from the Toreros here. And we have a great attacking opportunity here for the Toreros. The UCSD Tritons do look up for it here in this tight zone. And what on earth has occurred there? As we have an absolute cluster here in the middle of the field as nobody seems to want to score, tackle, carry the ball, or do anything that you'd expect to see on a rugby field. But Jack Porter does have the ball in space now as he steps twice, and he knocks it in contact. Again, sloppy play from the Toreros as they throw away a great opportunity to score there. Some sloppy handed there, but the start from Tomas Muniz to charge down and regather after he just made a strong tackle was great. And then the nudge through from Kieran Collins and the hustle from Jack Porter to get that ball and stay in bounds was great there to see all that from the Toreros, but just couldn't finish there, which has kind of been the story of the game as you see Porter in space here, just trying to do a bit too much and losing that ball. Let's see if they can pressure this UCSD line out. Another carry there in the midfield from number 7. That's Micah Pratt for UC San Diego. Looks like UCSD shaping to kick here.
Almost blocked.
Almost blocked.
Nice
a
job,
good,
guys.
A good kick into touch. A good gain up the field from UC San Diego. But we will have a USD put in here, or throw rather, at the line out. So let's see if they can build. They've had a couple of good strike plays off the line out so far. Tomas Muniz has found his form throwing in this line out. So let's see if they can capitalize and attack here.
Actually, no, 51 truck. 51 truck. Hey, watch the mall, guys. Watch the mall.
Hey, who's in the channel? Hey, forward. Luca, watch this channel here.
USD getting set here.
Watch that roll to the front here.
Going for the middle again. Maul coming in here.
This way, Luca. Get out of there. Stay out. Watch
Good slow push coming from the Toreros. We have a good slow rumble up the field here. The tortoise can beat the hare oftentimes, Paulie.
We got numbers. One more.
Brody O'Brien
Even
trapped in
thrown
the midfield, and he might be a little isolated here.
Oh, my God.
We have Eddie Rodriguez in the wing there. Again, looks like a little isolated. The breakdown's a bit of a mess there, and we will have a penalty to UC San Diego. A bit of a messy breakdown there from both sides, and we might have a little back talk there to the ref, which will give UCSD an extra 10. You don't like to see that, Paulie.
I've noticed USD be very aggressive, but with the double tackles, chop tackles, latches, but organization seems to be their Achilles heel.
Yeah, you know, something to work on again. We do have a young Toreros team out here. All these boys either in their first or second year on the team. Many of them freshmen, many of them playing their first full rugby game. A lot of these guys have played shortened games. But let's see if they can kind of find their form here for the second half. As we have the UCSD 12 coming off the field, just a bit of a blood sub it looks like here, but he'll be recovered and okay for the second half. So we'll have another opportunity here as we're going to see that breakdown against Eddie Rodriguez just isolated here. And we had the UCSD coming in there on the breakdown and just no clear there really in the ruck from USD. We'll have UCSD's throwing again. Similar to USD, they found their form in the lineout as the game has gone on here with good throws and good intent here off the lineout. Let's see if they go to the danger man, Michael Pratt again there in the midfield as the ball is spilled and it looks like knocked on by UC San Diego. Ben is asking a question, I think, of Captain Luca De Cariza about if he wants to go back for the line out for, I think, a not straight, or if he wanted the scrum there. So we will have another line out for the Toreros. You see that ball just unfortunately drifting a bit outside of where you wanted it, but we'll have a throw in now here for the Toreros.
Ruben, back up a little bit.
That's
one.
And it is recovered there by the Toreros, just like they drew it up as Kieran Collins goes to the boot. And a good take there from the Tritons as they do have some space, some good footwork. Runs into his own man in space now. Well tackled by Kieran Collins. He says enough of that. That looks like Brian Mendoza coming in for a good counter ruck there. Good counter attack there from UC San Diego, and they're on the attack again as we have an unfortunate knock on there. And a good opportunity now here, Paulie. Scrum down USD. They haven't really had a scrum in an attacking position here. What do you think here? Should we work the centers here with Luca De Cariza and Brody O'Brien? Some good attacking opportunities there, right?
Absolutely. I think they should work the center.
This is where Paulie Habib makes his bread and butter, folks. Get the ball to him off the scrum and let him work in space. Let's see if Luca De Cariza and Brody O'Brien can emulate the star center in that regard. Oh, great offload from De Cariza to Brody O'Brien, who has a good carry, but he's a little isolated here.
That was a great strike.
Great job by Nathan Granillo to get there, and Jack Porter's in a little space here. As the Toreros do have the arm out, too, for advantage. This is an opportunity, certainly, for the Toreros to get some points back on the board. Penalty called here. The first penalty was an absolute nightmare for the Toreros in this position. Let's see if they can settle things down and do a bit better here. We've called a scrum here. I like that call a lot, Paulie. It's going to give us a lot of space to attack both sides, and that scrum has looked pretty dominant so far.
Absolutely. I think they should continue to use the momentum.
And you saw that great offload and contact from De Carissa to O'Brien, and this is the key here. O'Brien alone, isolated, but great job by the freshman Nathan Granillo to get there and seal that run. USD with a great attacking platform here. It can attack either side. Scrum half Lucas Hodson prepares to put the ball in. Good push here from the Tritons. Out to Brody O'Brien. Let's see if he tries to use some footwork, and he does. Great step and score by Brody O'Brien. Left his opposite number in the dust as the Toreros will get onto the board here just before halftime, Paul. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely. I told you that was the guy I was looking at the beginning of the game.
Paul Habib, the Oracle, correctly calling who to watch for, who to look for, and that is a great job by USC just before half. As we'll see here, the put in here from Lucas Hodson. We have a better push here from the Tritons, but we just get it to Brody O'Brien, and it's as simple as that. One-on-one. How about the step there, Paulie? That
Good
is
head fake
fantastic.
Absolutely.
So Brody O'Brien with the score here. So we have 12-5 deficit here. This conversion could be very important here in the later stages of the game. Kieran Collins shaping up, going through his process. The Irishman with a chance to bring it within 5 here. And it's unfortunately just hooked wide from Collins, and we'll have halftime here at Manchester Field. 12-5 UC San Diego. We got a game here, Paulie. It's anyone's game in the second half here. Let's see how these guys really just manage being tired. There's going to be some fatigue in the second half, and we're going to take a short break here in the broadcast booth, and we will join you again for the second half. Thank you.
Nice work, guys. Really nice work.
He's kind of light.
Our rucks are so much better. Yeah. There's a swap in bodies all over the place. We can get this ball. Let's just keep that in mind. We're doing really well. Get low on these tackles. And then this is great speed. Seb, I need you to stay out of taunts, yeah? Just let's run it less for you. I got it. No, it's alright, mate. Just forwards, get some accountability. Kick them out of the play, yeah? It's alright? Yes. Alright, let's... You need one more? No, I can do it. Alright, let's go back. Go back. Oh, you're break. Okay, we're gonna bring it. Forwards here.
It looks good. We're so fucking quiet. We're playing like we're losing by 60, right? Look at the scoreboard. We're up a try. Have some fucking confidence. Every time we hit this line of speed, we're blowing over them and taking 10 meters at least, right? Have some fucking confidence, right? Seb should not be taking that fucking crash ball, right? If Seb takes that crash ball, all I'm thinking is those guys should be fucking pussies from the pitches, right? Tell him fuck off. He's a 10, right? Let the big boys do what big boys do, right? Let's go, boys. Have some accountability, right? Put your leave everything on this fucking pitch, yeah? Right? And I need more talk, yeah? The reason these pods are coming up with two guys is because everyone's just worried about where they're going to go. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Thank you.
Second half action here from Manchester Field. We have a great kick from Kieran Collins, I think spilled forward there by the Toreros. But a good initial opportunity there for USD. Couple subs here for the Toreros. The front row has been cycled out. Mac Johnson in for Hunter Lysholm. Ian Monroe in for Tomas Muniz. And that's Tanner Barnes, the Jesuit product, coming in at loose head for Alec Calvagna, as well as on the wing. We have Tizzy in the game, Paulie. Tiziano all the way from Uruguay coming in on the left wing. And I think we also have Mickey O'Leary on to shore up things at scrum half. Opportunity here for the Tritons. Referee doesn't like what he sees. We do have a new front row in for the Toreros, so they're getting their footing here again.
I'm excited to see Mac Johnson.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
Been itching for some game time.
He is our energy giver. We call him our culture king on this team.
Certainly is, and would be great to see him get a couple big carries in the second half. I like what I see from the initial hit there from USD. As we have a good initial drive from the Toreros and another big push. That's good stuff from the big boys up front. Good kick there from the Tritons as Jack Porter is tracking back. Let's see what he does here with the ball in hand. He does have Tizzy out there. And Tizzy in a little bit of space. And he
hit the back.
Yeah, I think he tried to offload, and unfortunately, good intent there from the Toreros out wide, but just didn't go to hand. Luca Diacarizo a little slow to get up. I think he's all right there. Just kind of got caught in the bottom of that ruck.
As we get ready for the scrum, I want to say a quick shout out to Dom Martinez for my lemonade at halftime. Thank you, Dom.
Shout out Dom as we see that pop from Jack Porter to Tizzy. Tizzy just couldn't quite break and couldn't get that ball around wrapped to Kieran Collins. Have a UCSD scrum. The Toreros had a great hit on that first scrum, Paul. Let's see if they give another big shove on from this big new front row that's in the game. Another great drive by the Toreros. I love what I'm seeing from this substitute front row here from the Toreros.
Mickey O'Leary just got his first action.
Carry here around the base. Well defended by the Toreros. UCSD, a little groundhog kick there. Well done by Mickey O'Leary. He's doing well in space. He's found a little bit of room out there and a good nudge through. And the Toreros, I think, a little bobbled there on the ground, but I love the intent here at the start of the second half by the boys. That's Dylan Joven, just great chase, but just not quite able to collect that on the ground. But again, Paulie, that shove that the USD Tide 5 is putting on in the second half has been pretty impressive so far. They could win this scrum.
Absolutely.
As we see O'Leary dancing around the sideline, and nice little kick and field, and if Dylan Joven can collect that, the Toreros in a great spot. But as it stands, let's see how they do pushing this Triton scrum back as they have done these first couple times. Oh, and looks like we might have a turnover here, and that is incredible work from this young Torero tight 5 to win a scrum penalty. The sideline is fired up as well. They should be. Ian Monroe, the hooker, getting up. Excited about that. That is a big push. Tanner Barnes at loose head, excited. And Big Mac as the tight head anchoring the whole thing. Oliver Kane has got to be ecstatic watching these young guns. And look at this. How do you like that for a call, Paulie? We're going back to the scrum.
Absolutely.
Because we know that push is looking good. Let's see what we do here. That first time we just went straight to Brody O'Brien, who might be eager to get that ball again. Kieran Collins has options on both sides. Would love to see him get it out here to Tizzy. Look dangerous at his first carry. Looks like we have another penalty to the Toreros. The scrum is looking very good so far, Paulie. I'm impressed with this second line. You know, they came on. They've really taken this game over so far.
Absolutely.
Mickey O'Leary, the scrum half, says, you know what, this sounds pretty good. I like just standing here and catching my breath while you big boys push. Let's do another scrum. Love that from the scrum half.
How about those locks? Chase and
Teddy, right? That
yeah.
You are right. That's the engine room, right? They're doing well, just pushing and providing the power to that scrum. But you certainly have to say this sub front row is making an impact so far.
Right, absolutely.
And we have a little bit of a collapse there. Looks like the UCSD tight head might have lost his footing there. Everyone's in good spirits and good shapes here as we get up to reset. That collapse scrum can be a dangerous process with that much weight going into each other, but the Toreros will reset. What do we think here, Paul? Are we going back to Brody O'Brien? Where are we attacking?
I think you go short right side. They're not expecting it.
Yeah, certainly Brody O'Brien looked very dangerous that first time with ball in hand. Doesn't have quite as much space to work with, so let's see if they attack that strong side as well with Kieran Collins and Luca De Cariz. That's another big shove on by the Toreros, and they do come strong side. And that is, disrupted by the Tritons well. But the Toreros, wow, we have, as we had in the first half, a little bit of volleyball out there as the Tritons did well, and looks like they have a penalty as well. I think that's Nathan Granillo just stuck in that ruck. That's a little harsh. I don't know what he's supposed to do there at the bottom of that ruck as the Tritons do kick the touch, but they'll have a penalty here. So good result there in the end from the Tritons. And you have to say, built well off the back of some good defensive pressure that they flew up. They got in the face of the Toreros. They forced some sloppy passes. They won that ball. And now they have a penalty, and they can really just clear this ball easily. As we see the big, just a good job there by the Tritons disrupting that. Kick to touch here. Well done. Almost striking the matching team-issued gray wife beaters here by the Tritons. Those are nice. Haven't seen those before by a rugby team, but let's see if somebody can help us out and get this ball back here. There they are. Look at that. That is team-issued, team-branded, matching. The hair is furious. That's a great look. Four-man line out here called by the Tritons. Tanner Barnes getting his pack ready. Good contest there by the Toreros, but well done handling the overthrow. And Mickey O'Leary might be over that ball. Yes, and he's done well. The scrum half, who's added just a bit of veteran leadership to this young squad in the second half, and that's why you bring someone in for an impact like that immediately off the bench. Kieran Collins, a nice kick to touch as we have some USD support staff scrambling. Luckily, Jackson Short remaining safe over there, staying healthy for next weekend. And we see the replay here as Mickey O'Leary does a great job in that great low body position, getting over that ball, ripping that ball out, showing the referee he has every right to get that penalty, and he does.
In the second half, I've noticed Kieran Collins and Mickey O'Leary really commanding is their teammates, getting organized on defense and on offense.
Irish connection.
Absolutely.
Let's see how Ian Monroe does here. He's done great in the scrum. This will be his first line-out throw of the second half. It's low, but it's well taken by the Toreros and Teddy Montague. And the shove is on here in the maul. Still moving forward. It's all gotten a bit twisted there, though. Let's see if they can bring this ball back. They've done well there. Well handled by Luca. Bit of a step. Let's see if we can win that ball. Good carry by Enrique in the midfield. And here's Chase. Good carry by Chase Cameron there. Kieran Collins calling his own number. Mickey O'Leary. You normally don't want your scrum half carrying this close to the try line, but he's doing well there as we have a big shove there. I think that's Teddy Montague again. That's Enrique again doing well to just hold on to the ball as a couple tacklers engulfed him in contact there. Good counter ruck coming in by the UCSD tight head. It's gotten a bit messy here from the Toreros. Let's see if they can regain their composure here. And they've got a penalty here. Now, Paul, I would love to see the Toreros go for a scrum here, and they can push this ball right over the try line.
Scrum.
They can push this ball right over the try line if they stay composed. Let's see if Mickey O'Leary can communicate to this pack that they do have the upper hand in this scrum, and it is as easy as that. Just push this scrum forward and score. All right, so we're resetting here with this very impressive young Torero scrum that's come on in the second half. 5 out. Great opportunity here, and it's a good shove initially. It's a little messy. We have another penalty here from the University of San Diego. Let's see if they go back to the scrum. Got to do a little bit better job of securing it at the base there to make sure that we can cake that all the way in. But, Paulie, this scrum is dominant.
Very impressed.
You'll see just a shove here. Look at the power. The tight 5. Backs might make the game look pretty, but the scrum will win you the game every time. Let's see if the big fellas can get in for another score here. Good push again. That squirts out. Out to O'Brien again, the try scorer in the first half. A little shake and wiggle. Mickey O'Leary looking to his big pack. Seeing who's ready to carry. That's Tanner Barnes.
Here's the engine room.
There's Enrique. And Enrique Balumbo is in for the score. The first try for the product out of De La Salle High School. He was a football player in high school. He's a rugby player now. And that's his first try. You got to love it, Paulie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love to see it from the engine room. These guys are getting some deserved water. The big boys up front just taking over the game, and you love to see that. Those guys are young. They're hungry. They want to make an impact. You see the first big carry by Tanner Barnes. Mickey O'Leary directing things well. And here's Enrique with just some good low body position, well helped across by Dylan Joven. In for the score. You see the wild celebrations from Nathan Granillo. He's excited. Chase Kamen with a meager flex. He looks a little tired, but he's ready for 30 more minutes here on Manchester as Kieran Collins is shaping to kick. This kick would tie the game, Paulie. It's make it 12-12. Collins sizes up the posts. Wind blowing in his face a bit. It's a low drive. It's unfortunately wide, so the game will remain 12-10 in favor of the Tritons. Do you like what you're seeing in the second half from the Toreros, Paulie?
More disciplined, more organized. I am also very impressed with those two guys that went over the try zone. I'd say Dylan Hoven and Enrique. Both of them have been showing great athleticism. Dylan has been great with these double job tackles and these latches.
Yeah, Dylan Joven and Enrique, just really good job there getting down to the nitty-gritty and getting those points on the board for the Toreros. And we certainly have anyone's game as it is a 2-point lead for the Tritons. Let's see if they can capitalize on the opportunity to get into the Toreros half here. Looks like they're shaping for a deep kick as Enrique Balumbo, the try scorer, gets into position. Let's see if he wants that ball again. Over his head, going to Brody O'Brien. Looks like a first phase carry from him as he looks to run into space. Good tackle there from the number 7 from the Tritons. Again, that's Micah Pratt. He's certainly been a standout for them.
Ian Monroe.
Good carry by Ian Monroe in the midfield. Love to see that from the young forward. And Kieran Collins shaping to kick again. That's a high one. The Tritons certainly have the men back here. Let's see how the Toreros do in the midfield with the tackle. And they're running into space here. And he's all the way through. And that is a good counterattack try from the Tritons. Well worked. Good initial step there by the 13. That's Sam Crolla, and I think he dished to number 4, Dom Escobar.
15 with the try.
I think that was number 4, Paul. I'd love to see a replay on that one, but that's either way a well-worked try by the Tritons, and certainly how you want to respond after giving up a try in your own end.
Great hands and support.
So let's see, the kick right to the middle of the field. That's always going to be a tough one to defend. A little bit lacking on the kick chase here. So the 15 had the initial catch, but it was the 13 with the big break, and I do think he dishes, to the number 4, Dom Escobar. Lock in the right place at the right time for a score. Good attempt at a cover tackle by Enrique, but the Tritons are in for probably 7 more points, as he kicks that conversion through. So Toreros now all of a sudden 2 points down. The scrums looked good. The boys have looked hungry, but a lot to play for, a lot to do now for the Toreros. The Tritons fired up after that try as well. They should be. Let's see how Kieran Collins and the Toreros recover now. Bouncing ball. Oh, we have a little bit of a stumble there from Luke Piddock, who is doing well to get onto that ball. And the Tritons look like they're going to shape, I think, to carry first off this. Good initial carry, but well stopped by Chase Kamen. And I think he's got back off the ground, but I think he was not held. And I think that's Tanner Barnes right over the ball, told to release by the referee. Oh, and a big counter ruck by Mickey O'Leary, but I think he was offside there. .13 kicking to touch. And touch is found. Well done by the 13 there for the Tritons, as UC San Diego will have an opportunity to attack again. Yeah, you see Mickey O'Leary, I think that ball was out, but I think the issue was he might have played that man without the ball. He hadn't picked the ball up yet. Some tired bodies out here at Manchester Field, folks. These forwards are doing a lot of work in the second half.
Let's see if we can get a good contest here.
Looks like we're going to the front here. Good attempt by Dylan Joven to disrupt, and I think we had a knot straight. Toreros should certainly go for the scrum here.
He'll give you a better position to get that. So you're moving, Ethan. Put Bish in 9 for the last one. Again. Seconds in, boys. Seconds in.
All right, let's see if this Torero scrum can continue that stellar performance they've had thus far in this half. Oh, and we have an early push by the Toreros, unfortunately, so it will be a tap penalty to the Tritons. Ball's tapped now. Good tackle out there in space by Luke Piddock for the Toreros as the Tritons look to build some more attacking phases. Spinning out wide. That's a great carry in space by the fullback. That's Sam Wosner. Brody O'Brien up. We have a little bit of a chip kick over, and Jack Porter's collected that. That ball is out, and we have not rolling away there by the Tritons. That's a good break for the Toreros there. They're under a lot of pressure there, and let's see if they can clear this ball now and then reset. Kick to touch there from Kieran Collins. About 20 minutes left in this game. We'll have a water break in about a minute or so to let both these teams catch their breath. But we have an opportunity here for the Toreros maybe to get some possession with the kick, or maybe we attack with a couple big ball carries in the midfield here, but certainly a better space than they were just a couple seconds ago as Ian Monroe shapes for this throw-in. And that's stolen by the Tritons.
Big hit, run in.
Good job.
Carried by the Tritons. Good pressure by the Toreros as the Tritons look to build some phases here. That's number 7, Micah Pratt again, with a little offload there. I think that's number 3, Daniel Carrillo, with the carry. Another chip through. I don't know if that was a drop goal. I think he just punted that out of his hand at the posts. Would like to see that one again because it looked like it might have been a drop goal attempt, but I think he just kicked it. Yeah, that ball never hit the ground. He just punted it at the posts, but we'll reset there with the scrum.
That's exactly what USD wants, is another scrum.
Certainly, yeah. That last scrum, just a little bit of an early push, unfortunately, so that did give that half-arm opportunity, the penalty for the tap. And we're going to take the breather here for the water break at the 20-minute mark as USD will look to shore things up. The Tritons probably want a bit more of the same. Let's see if they can stabilize their scrum for this final 20-minute period. As you see the replay there, the very well taken try by UC San Diego. A really good job counterattacking there.
Everyone, listen up. Hey, stop the side chatter, guys. Lock in for these last 40 minutes, okay? 10, 20, whatever it is. I don't math good. Listen up, guys. We have the opportunity to fucking take this.
See the Torero huddle there. Some words coming in from Charlie Purdon, urging his guys to finish this last 20. So we have a 19-10 game. The Toreros will need 2 tries. They could have a converted try and a penalty maybe to try and win this game. Certainly the object of this game for USD is not necessarily to win. It's to get these young guys game time, but you'd love to see them pull out and show some mental toughness in the last 20. And UC San Diego, certainly they're not going to let that happen. You know, if they have anything to say about it, this team has looked good. They've looked well drilled. They've looked well coached. They've had some great counterattacks. They've had some great big carries in the midfield. The scrum struggled a bit in the second half, but I'm sure they're talking about how to fix that now. Paulie, what do you think we have in store for this last 20 minutes?
I think this is going to be there's going to be a lot of fatigue, but I still think there's going to be a lot of heart left on the field. USD is going to fight hard. I think I want to see more organization and more taking advantage of opportunities from USD. I think UCSD should just keep doing what they're doing. Maybe fix up their scrums a little bit, but UCSD seems to have the momentum right now.
Certainly, yeah. The momentum is definitely with the Tritons. In the last 10 and the previous 10, it kind of flip-flopped there because the first 10 minutes and a half was all Toreros, and all of a sudden the Tritons were right back on top of it. So you'd love to see this final 20 finish back and forth like that. We'd love to see a good contest. We'd love to see some more attacking rugby from both sides as we finish out this game here at Manchester Field. As you said, who can battle the fatigue better?
Right.
Another scrum here for the Toreros. Let's see if they can get another big push on. Brody O'Brien again in space.
Oh, good step.
Good step.
Looking for an offload.
Well done by the Toreros to secure that ruck. Let's see if anybody wants to play the ball. Kieran Collins, Dylan Joven. Well won now. Ball out to Enrique Balumbo with another good carry. Look at that from the young loose forward. You'd love to see that, Paulie. Great carry.
Rumble.
Space out wide here from the Toreros, but Kieran Collins keeping it himself. Oh, questionable decision. Offload, and we've kicked backwards by the Tritons. Toreros on the front foot here, even though they don't have possession. Oh, we might have had a high tackle here. That's a killer. The discipline here has absolutely killed the Toreros in this game. Yeah, Toreros have to get back 10 and a chance for the Tritons to clear their own line. Well done by the Tritons to get back after that initial break by Kieran Collins. Let's see if they'll go to touch here. Nudge out. That might not find touch, though, as Kieran Collins is back for it.
Keeps rolling.
Kieran Collins with a good break down the sideline. A lot of space here for him. And he's got a good kick. There's nobody. Oh, no, there is the 15 back there. My view was blocked by the big number 3 here for the Tritons. I couldn't even see the fullback. But he's looking to counter, and that's well done by the Irishman linking up. That's Mickey O'Leary and Kieran Collins. USD back into the right area of the pitch, though.
That's from the side by a mile.
Ball was out.
We have some frustration from the Tritons, I think, about how the breakdown was officiated there, but we're playing on here. The Tritons are carrying here. Tizzy's got to get out of there, and he does. Good step there by the Tritons. Held up in midfield. Oh, he was shaping to kick there, and a good tackle there. I think that was Dylan Joven, who's been everywhere today. As we have Tizzy on the sideline. I didn't see a whole lot of rep in that tackle as he got bumped into touch by the big tight head, but we'll come back for the scrum as Tizzy bounces back to his feet. He's doing just fine.
USD seems to have a lot of good open play, but just not being able to finish.
Certainly, as we see the little break here, and he's shaping to kick, and that is the danger there, especially with seems like he chucked that ball up above his shoulders before his foot met it, so that's always tough. And we see Tizzy doing his best, but yeah, that should have been a penalty there in the 3, because there is certainly not an attempt to wrap there, but he'll maybe learn that for next weekend about the laws of the game. But we have a good put in here, another opportunity for the USD scrum to continue their dominance they've had in the second half. Another good scrum. Spun out to Kieran Collins. Low ball to Brody O'Brien, but he does well to take it.
Good
Brody
footwork.
O'Brien, you couldn't touch him in a phone booth, guys. Look at that. Great carry along the midfield, but UCSD looks like they might be over that ball in 1, but nope. Yeah, they do have it. Well done to get over that ball. Good carry by O'Brien, but just got a bit isolated there into that end of that run. Let's see what the Tritons do here. As it's quite far to both sides of the field. Let's see if Tiziano on this wing can keep this ball in. We are going to find touch, but not a whole lot of ground gain for the Tritons there. We will have a UCSD line out, about 30 out from their own. We see this play again here as Mickey O'Leary dishes to Collins. Low ball taken off his shoelaces here by Brody O'Brien. And just the footwork there, Paulie. That's great.
Absolutely.
But I think, yeah, we just need to do a better job of supporting him. There's quite a bit of space in between him and the supporting player. As we have a Triton throw in here off that penalty. Let's see if the Toreros can disrupt. We have an ever clear call from the Tritons. You don't often hear that as a line-out call. And you don't often see that. The Toreros with no lift. I think that was Dylan Joven just jumped up and swatted that back towards his own team. But we see it looks like the ball got spilt there, and the Tritons do have it again. Great tackle there. Couldn't see the number, but that's well done by the Toreros. That's Tanner Barnes there at the bottom of that pile with some great contact there. And it's Barnes again. Big man wants some contact.
In there with Mac.
You like to see that from your freshman, and Mac in there as well. Let's see if the Tritons shape to kick here. A lot of pressure on him. Let's see if we can take this ball clean. That's Kieran Collins with some space. Trying to split the defenders, and he does. And that's a great offload in contact by the fly half. Brody O'Brien into space. You like to see this so far from the Toreros. Here's Tanner Barnes now. Defense to offense for him. Mickey O'Leary spinning the ball out. That's Dylan Joven with the good carry. UCSD might have stolen that ball, and they have. Not a lot back here. Tiziano might be on a little bit of an island. He does have Jack Porter coming back with him. There is some space to attack if they can collect this ball. Jack Porter with a spin move and the pass to Tizzy. Tizzy with a nice step and go. He might be a tad isolated, but good job by Jack Porter collecting that. And Mickey O'Leary now is in space. O'Leary to Nathan Granillo. Back to O'Leary. O'Leary, the scrum half close to the sideline, does well though. Keeps the ball in. Teddy Montague, we are playing good rugby here in Manchester Field as Teddy Montague a bit high into contact and stood up well by his opposite number from the Tritons. Let's see if the Toreros can find their pattern again here as Dylan Joven's in for another big carry by the young 8-man. And he's back on his feet. I think he might have been held there, but we'll let him play. And the Tritons are on that ball, and I think they might have had the penalty before anyway, but yeah, that's probably rightfully so that they get that ball. Helter-skelter stuff, lung-busting stuff out here as both sides are running, backing up the field. Let's see if the Toreros can find their footing again after just a little bit of isolation again there. We have a kick coming right for the broadcast booth, and luckily it's clearing the camera. A deep sigh of relief from the TVX broadcast crew as their camera was almost demolished there. And we have a couple more subs coming onto the field here. I think we have George Chomo onto the field for Luca Deocariza, and I think young Owen O'Callaghan coming on at fullback for Jack Porter. All right, another line out here for the Tritons. Let's see if the Toreros can disrupt as they have been this half. Well taken by the Tritons. Good line speed here from the Toreros to come up. And that's a substitute, George Chomo with the armbar takedown. You don't often see that.
Stop rolling away.
Loose play here from the Tritons. Well collected.
Ball's in the air.
We've got some offloads coming. Good tackle there by Gary Collins and finish off. That's Chase Hammond with a good finish there as he finishes that tackle.
Oh,
knock there.
Oh,
we say we went backwards. We'll play on. We have some LFGs coming from the sideline from the Tritons here. Very excited.
Hey, we got numbers out here. I call for it.
Space out here for the Tritons if they want to use it. Toreros are very bunched, attacking the breakdown. Ball is moving. Brody O'Brien shooting up, and he's got the intercept.
They call it a knock on?
They called a knock. I'm not sure. I don't know if I saw that touch the ground. I don't know. Brody O'Brien, I thought, did very well to collect that. He's a little upset with the referee, and I think possibly rightfully so. We probably have a better angle here on it as you see the replay. Oh, yeah, that's a little tough here. Man. That ball did not touch the ground, did not go forward, but we stand with the referee on his call. The rugby remains the most difficult sport in the world to officiate, so we always appreciate our referees on the field. And just as the Toreros and the Tritons don't get 100% of what they're doing right now, there's a referee, and we will play on Manchester Field as USD attempts to get another big push on this scrum. And it is a massive push by the Torero scrum. And they have won the ball here as the ball is shifted out to Brody O'Brien.
Right step maybe?
Oh, Brody. Hey, now you see, here's the problem. That one was a knock on Brody as he goes into contact here. But that's almost a benefit for the Toreros, is this another opportunity for this big scrum to get a push on as we move a little bit up the field.
UCSD is being very patient on defense, and USD just needs to be able to build more phases. Be more patient on the offensive side.
Certainly, you're not seeing a whole lot of multi-phase play from the Toreros. You're seeing some great individual breaks and footwork, but you're not seeing consistently built phases by the boys right now, which is really what you need to score. You need to build that offensive shape, work on that pattern, work the phases, make the defense fatigued. As we have a couple soccer players coming by the booth. Hope these guys get their kicks in. And we have a put in here by the Tritons. This Torero scrum has been dangerous. See if we get another big shove on. And we are pushing the Triton scrum back on their heels. The boys on the sideline are ecstatic.
Nathan.
Ian Monroe, excited. Chase, I think excited. It's hard to tell from here. Tanner Barnes coming in at loose head, taking this game over. You love to see the big fellas go to work here, Paulie.
Absolutely.
Can you hear the lineman?
Yeah, big push.
Nathan's ecstatic after every one of those scrums.
Love to see it. You love to see the forward pack get excited about a big win like that. And we have now a USD lineout in a very dangerous area of the field, Paulie. The forwards have looked dangerous. Certainly you'd have to think Brody O'Brien might be an option from here. He's been dangerous. Let's see what the Toreros cook up.
How about Owen O'Callaghan?
Maybe Owen O'Callaghan.
Yeah.
That's a great shot, Paulie. Get Owen in a little bit of space. And that line-out throw is not quite what they're looking for. As I'm imagining the Tritons will probably take a line-out with their scrum under so much pressure.
We got a camera right on us, Kev.
That's right, as the camera's catching the TVX broadcast crew doing their very best to enunciate their syllables, count past 10, remember these names as the Tritons are moving the ball. Here's George Chomo in a little space, try to make a tackle. Ooh, the 13
here we go, one-on-one with Owen.
Here's Owen, and a kick through. That's Owen O'Callaghan working back, and he does well just to shepherd that ball into touch. Well done by Owen. Good flip of the field there by the Tritons. All of a sudden, we're in the Toreros half. And let's see if we can shore up that lineup. That last one was a bit of a mess. That ball didn't quite make it.
Give me this, Dom.
And we have a better, no, it's not straight. As good as the scrum has been in the second half for the Toreros, the lineout has struggled a bit.
Backline, how we doing? We good?
So we'll have another lineout here for the Tritons in a great position.
Point of emphasis for Coach Oliver Kane. It's going to be lineouts.
Certainly.
Nice work, man. Real nice work.
Lineout well taken by the Tritons. Looks like we're attacking in the midfield. That's Brody O'Brien coming around.
Shoulder to the face.
Well tackled there in the midfield by Chase Cameron. Tritons looking to build a couple phases here. Good double tackle again there by the Toreros. Let's see if they can keep their discipline. The defenses looked good. The discipline not so much. That's George Chomo with a good tackle. That's Enrique doing well to bring down the big tight head for the Tritons. Here's big number 1, Jackson Bouchard. That's a good tackle. Dylan Joven has been a revelation today for the Toreros. He's been everywhere on offense and defense. Spun out well. They spotted a little space. Kieran Collins is back, as is Tizzy. Tizzy with a little shake and shimmy. And that's Ian Monroe now with the carry. Offloaded back to Mickey O'Leary, who's passed it back to, I think, nobody in particular, but Kieran Collins is there. And we do have a little opportunity as Kieran Collins is throwing it out the back. Luke Piddock now, the track star. Someone's got to get him down to ground. They do. Some tired bodies out there for both teams. I think that's Dylan Joven again with the carry. Kieran Collins probably looking just to clear the Torero lines.
Let it go.
And does well with the kick to touch.
Time. Hey! Sam! Sean!
Torero's sideline excited, encouraging that Torero's defensive stand there. It's a good job from this young team to repel that Triton's attack. And let's see if they can get up again and repel that Triton scrum, or line out rather here. Paulie, what do you think? You think the Toreros can get in for a couple more tries and take this game back?
4 more minutes. It seems like there's 4 more minutes in the game. I think they can get a couple more good phases going on here. Hopefully they could finish with a try.
Certainly, yeah. I think you just like to see them maybe build on some phases and not have quite so much of a choppy attack.
Right.
Let's see if this line out can get up and contest again. They've done well. Good job there from the Toreros to disrupt UCSD. trying to recover here. Looks like they will go attack in the midfield again. Good tackle by Kieran Collins. Coming back to this weak side. That's good defense there by the Toreros, but a great offload out of contact. That's Mickey O'Leary on the edge making a strong tackle. Toreros again under pressure. Spun out. That's George Chomo.
Ted finishing it
coming in.
off.
Guys, rock!
Here's Nathan Granillo coming up. That's Brody O'Brien and Enrique combining well for a double tackle there in the midfield. UCSD and Enrique takes it well. And to see if he can hold this ball. And he dishes instead to Tizzy. He might be going all the way into touch if he's not careful. And we have Owen.
Owen with the
doing
good seal.
well to get over it.
Owen's got some new Nike Tiempos.
Oh, that's the secret there for Owen. Let's see if Enrique, who did so well to get that ball back, as Owen is dutifully stepping in at scrum half here. And we have a carry here from Dylan Joven. Let's see if we can see some more phase plays from the Toreros. And we have the Tritons off their feet, I believe, there. Just a knock on the ball, but just a little bit of a knock on there. So the Toreros, I believe, have scrum. No, we're going up. We do have a penalty here for the Toreros. So let's see. The line-out has been a bit of a struggle. Let's see if we maybe, we do tap and we spin. And that's to nobody in particular, but it does get to George Chomo, who dishes. That's Ian Monroe in space.
Nice seal by Mac
Sealed
Johnson.
well. That's Mickey O'Leary down the weak side.
See if he can
in
finish.
A lot of space. That's a pass to Kieran Collins.
Nice slide.
And it's still in for Luke Piddock. And there's space there if George Chomo wants to
Knocking on the door.
Mickey O'Leary to Teddy Montague. Ruck is cleared by Ian Monroe. That's Mac with the carry. Kieran coming in at 9. Out to Tanner Barnes. Let's see if Nathan Granillo can get over. That's a good job with the breakdown there. The forward's got to keep working here. We've gone out to George Chomo.
See if you can hit it out.
With the push to Brody, and Brody O'Brien is in.
For a second
and
try.
you do like to see that from the Toreros. If they can get the kick here quick, they do have about a minute left. If they can get the kick here, they do have a chance. They will be receiving the ball back. Maybe Owen O'Callaghan here just for a quick drop goal you'd like to see maybe. Calls from Kieran Collins for Owen to just drop kick it. A limited amount of time here. All of a sudden, we have a furious finish here on Manchester Field. You love to see the intent here from the second side boys. UCSD sweating a little bit as Owen O'Callaghan with a lovely chip in. Now, if University of San Diego get into and Owen O'Callaghan sprinting back, he's fired up, getting on the scoreboard. This is breathless stuff here on Manchester Field as we have a 2-point game with time almost up. Referee Benjamin indicating 1 minute left. If USD can get more phase play and get into a good attacking opportunity here, maybe a try, maybe a penalty kick. The Tritons getting some wise words from the coaching staff, perhaps just to slow the game down if they can. Paulie, is your heart beating?
It is beating. It is beating. I'm excited to see what they can put together, or even if they can just get the ball back, build some phases in this last moment of play.
Certainly. First step here, they got to collect the kick cleanly here. Look for UCSD to put a lot of pressure on whoever's receiving this ball. That's to Kieran Collins. If he lets it go all the way out of the back, that'll be a scrum center.
Everything you got here, forward.
So I think we do have a goal line dropouts. This is certainly a tough position that the Toreros have found themselves in because they more or less have to get this ball cleanly, and they don't. So the Tritons here really just have to settle the ball down and then kick it into touch. Calls coming from the Triton sideline to slow the ball down. Toreros desperately seeking a turnover here.
Eagle! Eagle! Luca! Tyson!
And that is the siren going for full time. I believe the Tritons can just kick this ball out and the game is over. And I think that was it. I think that's full time. So the Tritons, the UCSD Tritons do take the win against this USD Frosh Soft team. We will see these Tritons again on Manchester Field a week from now as they do take on the Toreros A side. Paulie, what did you think about the game here on Manchester Field?
Oh, it was a great battle back and forth. Lots of fatigue here on this sunny day, but we saw a lot of great sparks. It seems like UCSD had a lot of great momentum going throughout the game. USD just couldn't seem to get that spark they were looking for. They seemed to get organized and trying for a comeback, but just the momentum just came a little bit too late, ended up falling short to UCSD. But a lot of impressive things from both sides, I would say.
Certainly. At the end of the day, you just hope for a good contest, and that's what we got here at USD with a 19-17 final score in favor of the Tritons today. Liked what we saw here from the Toreros. We have a recap of just scoring plays here. That's the first try there from the Tritons as they capitalize on the USD mistake at the line out. But again, really liked what we saw from both teams today. Some good attacking intent across the board as we see the Tritons' second try as they went up in the first half, and some really good stuff from the experienced halfbacks of the Tritons as we see the try here. This might have been the best try of the day for the Toreros with Brody O'Brien with the step and go.
Brody was showing off his right foot step today.
Brody was looking good, and certainly you like what you saw from Brody and a lot of this young forward pack, particularly with that scrum in the second half. As we see here, here's the try from the young man Enrique scoring his first try for the Toreros. And then I think we'll see next, this was really the game breaker here, as USD seemed to have all the momentum, but UCSD with this great counter against the run of play here with the great work there from the 13, Sam Carolla, the big break, and then the pop to Dom Escobar found himself at the right place in the right time to score the try. But I do like that the Toreros, at no point did they give up, Paulie. They were under pressure for a lot of the second half. Not a lot was going right at times, but they had this seemingly 15-16 phase attacking pattern, and then they eventually got the ball out to George Chomo, who did well to draw his man in and pop to Brody O'Brien, who does what Brody does and scores a try.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll be it from us here at Manchester Field, folks. Final score, UC San Diego 19, USD Frostsoft 17. We will be back here on Manchester Field a week from today in the city championships. You'll see this UC San Diego team, this USD Frostsoft team, the USD A side. San Diego State will bring 2 teams. Miracosta College will bring a team. Point Loma will bring a team. Tune in next Saturday. We have a lot of college rugby coming. Paulie, any closing thoughts for the folks watching at home?
Just a great day of rugby. Just want to say thank you for having me. First time announcing a game. First time announcing a rugby game. So happy to be here. Happy to enjoy just fine rugby, fine USD, fine San Diego rugby actually here today. So thank you very much for joining us today.
First time for Paulie, hopefully not the last, from TVX Sports. Kevin Eaton, Paulie Habib. Thank you to Randall and the crew today. Thank you to Ted from TVX and everything they do. Thank you to the Tritons here for a great match. We're excited to see these boys just a week from today. And the city championships will be here from Manchester Field next Saturday at 10 a.m. If you can't get here, tune in live on TVX. Thank you.